a church. When we are babies, many of us are baptized here. When we grow up, it is the scene of our weddings. And finally, the eventual resting place of us all, the graveyard. There's no escaping it. Saints and sinners, rich and poor, the celebrated and the obscure, all dissolve equally into dust. But there are many different paths to the grave. The natural effects of old age, the inevitable result of a fatal illness, suicide, murder, accidents, of course, meaningless accidents destroying the lives of innocent victims. But are they all so innocent? Or are some of them guilty of something, some slight, some hurt to others, some injury they've done deliberately or maliciously? And is there a force of retribution at large in the world that is insulted by their terrible deed, and so takes matters into its own hands to restore a particular sense of balance, that if something bad is done, it must be punished, no matter what? A force so strong that, as in this story, even when the victim doesn't want to do anything, even wants to forgive and forget, it can't be stopped.
That's why I took up taxi driving in the end. I couldn't stick the 9 to 5, you know, but I was in worm farming. Do you know anything about that?
No, I don't.
It's a bit sort of not the kind of thing normal people do, is it really? You know, that kind of thing, but...
God, everything's so different. I don't recognize a thing.
You do know this area then, don't you? Yeah, right. So, what kind of business you in then? I said, what kind of business you in then?
Let's take the scenic route, can we?
Yes, okay, if you like. Yeah, the scenic routes, yeah. Anyway, so these worms, the difficulty I had was getting the worms, you know. It was getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning and then... How long since you were last here then?
Oh, about 10 years. I flew over to settle some family business. I'm living in Chicago now. Pull over here, can you? I just want to take a quick look.
I don't like to have to say it about my only son, but I can't stand by and let him hurt a child like you. Lee has only been leading you on, my dear, like all the others.
Could he?
Men were deceivers ever.
I wish I'd never met him. I never, ever want to see you or hear from you again.
No, excuse me. Take me on to the hotel, please.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you very
Ferguson. I tell you, we don't have a reservation in the name of Mandeville. I'm sorry.
But I didn't just phone. I wrote to confirm it.
And I cancelled it.
When?
Lee. How are you, Lee?
Pretty good. How have you been?
Oh, much the same. Nothing much changes around here. Is that all the luggage you got?
Yes. What's going on?
You're going to be our guest, that's what.
Oh, it's kind of you, Win, but honestly, I don't want to put you out for just one night. I'll be perfectly all right here.
No, I wouldn't hear of it. Besides, Kate's got your room ready. Car's outside.
This is good of you, Win.
That's what friends are for.
How's Kate?
Oh, the same. Not much older, you know.
Aren't we all?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
10 years. And your boy?
Morto is living in Stanbridge.
Not so much of a boy now, I suppose.
No, and a pain in the arse, if you want my opinion. Even though he's my son. Kate keeps hoping he'll settle down.
go by the home?
Do you think I should?
It's up to you. Told Vicky you might look in.
Vicky?
Mrs. Malloway, you know, the lady that runs the place.
Yes, of course. To tell you the truth, all I feel bound to do is help out with the bills.
I can understand that. After all your mother's put you through.
Still, since we're practically passing the door...
Don't think I don't know why you're here. You're weak and dependent, like your father. Well, you're not going to get what you want. So get out. Out! Out! And don't come back. Ever.
I don't suppose she's changed.
No. Oh, that is to say, not so you'd notice.
What's the point? Won't do her any good. Probably send my blood pressure through the roof.
I better go and tell Mrs. Malloway.
He decided it might upset everyone too much.
It might at that.
You do, Carl.
I dare say. Listen, when are you going to talk to Mort? He's going completely mad, demanding more and more stuff.
I'm trying to talk to the little swine. He just won't listen.
You'd better try harder. Someone's only got to do a spot check on the dangerous drugstore and we're all for the high jump.
I know.
I mean it, Win. Come along, Kitty. Finish your tea. Yes, well, everyone else wants to watch television, and they're not going to until tea's cleared away, so stop being selfish and silly. It is yourself.
Let's get this straightened out once and for all, Win.
How do you mean?
I mean now, straight away. Who's handling it? Doug Graham?
Are you talking about the sale of the house?
That's what I'm here for.
Of course. Yes, I asked Doug Graham to take care of the paperwork.
All it needs is for me to sign some things, though.
Thought you might want to think about it. Talk it over.
There's nothing to think about. Needs must. So let's just barge in on old Graham and get it over.
Whatever you want, Lee.
Where do I sign?
Just there. After you've read it. This is the end of a chapter for me.
Oh, for me too.
Well, not in quite the same way.
Well, I've been insuring that house for decades.
Yes, indeed. But before you even had your own insurance company, I had to talk Lee's mother out of disinheriting him. Do you remember?
Vividly.
She decided to leave all her money to the cleaner until the girl bit the hand that fed her.
It all looks pretty square and above board to me.
If you like to witness Lee's signature. I hope you're not too cut up about this, Lee.
No, not really.
I'm sorry it has to be, but then I was sorry to hear about your mother.
These things happen. At least she's not in pain.
There we go.
Thank you, Win. I think that takes care of everything. Perhaps we should have a drink to seal it.
Oh, thanks all the same, but Kate will be wondering where we've got to. You know the way it is. Oh, sorry we're late, sweetheart.
That's all right, Poppet.
Remember my bride?
Of course. You haven't changed a bit, Kate.
Oh, flatterer.
I hope this isn't putting you to too much trouble.
No, I'm delighted Wynne persuaded you to stay. Come, I'll show you your room. I expect you'd like to wash.
Ah.
Then we can relax and catch up over a drink before dinner.
I smell baking and cloves.
Oh, we're in luck. Kate's making apple dumplings.
From my grandmother's recipe.
If they taste as good as they smell.
Oh, you have to wait and see.
Still, drinking the hand's worth any number of dumplings to come, am I right?
Usually.
Nibbles. Mind the dish, it might be a little hot. How's the room?
Fine.
He's been kind. You still haven't got around to clearing out Mort's old stuff.
Yeah, I know I really should, but you never know with the young these days.
They're not in the way.
Your usual poison, precious?
Oh, too late to change my ways, Angel.
Coming up. There we go, treasure.
Delicious.
Lee.
If it's all right with you, I wouldn't mind taking a stroll.
Oh, no. Stay and talk.
Well, if you really want to go and look at your old stamping grounds, I'll drive you.
I just want to stretch my legs.
It'll be dark before you can walk as far as the end of Rosedale.
You'll be much better off munching these with a large glass of scotch.
If you say so.
That's a boy.
Hey!
Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Welcome.
Thank you. Hadn't someone...
I'll get it.
Yes. Things to do. Make yourself comfortable.
I must have some money, Dad. I'm in bad shape.
Right. All the cash I've got.
I ought to stick this right up your nose.
Go on, do it. Kill me this time.
All right, all right.
Next time you lie to me, I'm gonna kill you, you scumbag.
Huh. Worth anything?
I wouldn't know. I don't deal in paperweights. It's interesting, though.
What did he want?
It's Tommy Bear. Collecting for the Church Organ Fund.
Oh.
Fresh and yours?
Why not?
Even religion doesn't come cheap these days.
It never did. Doctors can't allow old people to die anymore. It's a matter of professional pride, I suppose. But the consequences... Mother ran through her savings 5 years ago. That place costs, what, $200-300 a week?
Yes, about that. What with injections, special vitamins, checkup, and the rest.
Our private health insurance covers some of it. So far, I've made up the difference. But things are slack. Not that anyone ever made a fortune selling decorative antiques in Chicago. So...
After the way she treated you, nobody could have blamed you if you'd washed your hands of her.
I'm more or less dead.
Were you paid to keep her... Well, you're still paying to keep her in that home.
A son owes that to his mother, however she behaves to him. Besides, Winnie has borne the brunt of it. Visiting her, seeing to everything, sending those itemized accounts every month. All I've had to do is to make sure there's enough money in her bank account to pay them. Ever since he helped me persuade her to give me power of attorney.
What a drama that was.
Her only pleasure is making life difficult for other people. It always has been. It It always will be.
You don't like Grandma's apple dumplings, Lee.
Oh, I do, too.
Oh, now you've done right by our cooking. Kate will bring you a cup of tea when we have ours in the morning.
Does she still read her Bible all the time?
Kate? Oh, you mean your mother? Oh, I suppose so. There's one in every room there, courtesy of the Gideons. There's one here, come to that. A relic of Kate's forlorn attempt to instill some Christian virtues into... Oh, well. See you there outside the night.
Thanks, Wim.
Well, I had a few sticky moments. But you know what? I don't believe he suspects a thing.
I'd forgotten just how nice he is.
Read your Bible, Lee. How am I supposed to recognize you when you turn up after all this time, like the prodigal son? Wynne has been a better son to me than you've ever been. He takes care of things for me. Comes to see me regularly. Not like you, only interested in money. Power of attorney, indeed. License to rob me, Lee. You think I don't know what you're trying to do? You're trying to get back at me for saving you from the clutches of that harlot. Well, you should. Anyway, she married someone else within a year, didn't she?
You don't like Grandma's apple dumplings, Lee.
Don't think I don't know why you're here. You're weak and dependent, like your father. Well, you're not going to get what you want. So get out! 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 And don't come back. Ever.
Don't do anything I might regret. I used to live here.
It's Mr. Mandeville, isn't it?
Yes. Who are you?
Charlie Ritchie. I used to run errands for your mother as a kid.
Charlie Ritchie. Well, I'll be damned. You were knee-high to a grasshopper in those days. Well, what are you doing here?
I'm an estate agent. Training to be one, anyway. I'm here to fix the sold sign.
Well, that's quick work. I only signed the contract yesterday.
You're looking at a man in a hurry. When I heard someone inside, I thought...
You gotta get up, you gotta get up, you gotta get up in the morning.
My turn for the first shower.
You've got until I get back from taking Leah's tea.
Right.
I'm sorry you're selling. I was thinking you might come home to retire sometime. You know, like they say about the sailors.
Frankly, I need the money. That nursing home my mother's in costs a fortune. Not that I begrudge it, of course.
I don't understand. Mrs. Mandeville died 5 years ago. I went to her funeral. Matter of fact, I was surprised not to see you there. Listen, oh God, I'm sorry I brought it up, but you said...
Yes, of course. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Are you sure you're all right?
Absolutely. I must be more upset about selling the old place than I'd realize.
Look, I've got to get on. Can I give you a lift?
No, thanks. I've got to get out to the airport. I'll grab a cab. Stay here, will you? Just stay here.
Lee's gone.
Gone where?
How do I know?
Oh, Jesus.
Someone at the door. Oh, Lee!
I won't be a minute!
We were just getting worried about you. I made you some tea.
Lee?
I'm trouble. He just walked right past me. Never said a word.
Christ. Well, here we are at the outside of the night, eh, Lee? Nice walk, eh?
Very nice. Until I met Charlie Ritchie.
I can't place the name.
He used to deliver groceries for my mother.
Oh.
Oh, he's right. He went to her funeral. He was surprised I wasn't there.
I want you to know I'm deeply ashamed.
Mort was in such trouble.
Wasn't lucky for some guy in the family way. He had to go and get himself hooked on drugs.
Oh, I doubt that. I really do.
Wake up. Why do you think he's always tapping us for money?
Who the hell cares? That woman, what's her name? The woman who runs the nursing home.
Vicky.
Mrs. Malloway.
You had some kind of understanding with her, did you?
Yes. Well, that is... Yes.
How else could you have kept those bills coming for... how long is it since she died?
5 years.
That's what Charlie said. Doug Graham, was he in on it too?
No.
Well, that's something. What about you, Kate?
Kate only got to know about it when you said you were coming over to see about selling the house. I'm the one who's to blame.
It was Mrs. Malloway who gave him the idea.
But if you knew the trouble we were in, are in with Mort.
He found out what was going on, you see.
He's been blackmailing us, keeping us supplied ever since.
Not that he'd ever carry out his threats.
How did she die?
Oh, she died in her sleep. Natural causes. She made such enemies, you know, that tongue of hers. Hardly anybody came to the funeral.
Which made it that much easier for you and Mrs. Malloway to rip me off.
She was left a widow, you see, and...
What was her problem? No, don't tell me. I don't want to know.
Well, if there's anything we can do, anything at all...
I'd say you've done enough.
What are you going to do, Lee?
Well, what, for example? In my position, what would you do? Kate.
I've no idea.
Nor have I. The airport.
Well, the good news is that he went straight to the airport.
What's good about that?
He could have gone straight to Doug Graham.
Oh, the police even.
Yes, I see. Now what?
Oh, he's got to wait. See what he does. And act accordingly.
You gotta sort me out.
I can't, Mort.
What do you mean, can't, you soppy cow?
We've been found out, Mort.
The scheme won't work now Lee knows his mother's dead.
We'll have to tap one of the other residents then.
You can't be serious.
Of course I'm bloody serious. I need the money, for Christ's sake. If I don't get it, I shop you. Simple as that.
He wouldn't, would he?
Try me. Go on, bloody try me.
Of course he wouldn't, really.
You silly bitch.
Mort.
Don't you speak to your mother like that.
What are you going to do about it, scumbag? Beat me up? If I can't have the gear, I need the money to buy it. Simple as that. Christ, you're pathetic. The bloody lot of you. I'll sort you out.
Well, I thought actually it was Dean that was going to affect us, but it won't be a hurricane when it gets here anyway. Someone else said that once, I remember. But what I have to tell you first of all is the news that gardeners and growers have been waiting for. It's going to rain, guaranteed, by tomorrow night. And I think there'll be a fair amount of it, enough to make us all happy. Well, before I go on with the detail, a mention of...
A note to thank you for your hospitality.
He's got a sense of humour. Well, here we are going crazy, and he writes you a bread and butter letter.
Rightly or wrongly, I believe you personally to be innocent in the other matter. Please tell Wynne I'm still thinking about his behaviour. I shall, of course, let him know my decision just as soon as I arrive at it.
Thank you, I'm sure.
That's all.
Hearthside, Mrs. Malloway speaking.
Doug Graham here. I'm sorry to call you out of hours, but this is, well, personal in a way.
Yes?
I'd rather not talk about it over the phone. Can I make an appointment to come and see you?
Oh, what's it about?
I need to check on a couple of things for Lee Mandeville about his mother.
Of course. When would you like to come?
Well, the sooner the better.
Tomorrow morning?
Yes, that would suit. What time?
Just let me finish my rounds. Say 9 o'clock.
I'll be there.
Wynne?
I'm sorry we can't take your call just now, but if you'd like to leave your name...
For I acknowledge my transgressions, and my sin is ever before me.
Shocking business, suicide.
Especially in someone her age.
Why did she do it?
I thought you might know that.
No idea. It wasn't till afterwards that I remembered she seemed rather strange when I told her I wanted to check on a couple of things.
What things would they be?
Lee called. He wanted me to find out what had happened to his mother's belongings. Funny thing is, I got to thinking that anyone who could put up with Edna for all those years might take pity on an aging widower like me. I shall have to make other arrangements now.
Won't we all?
Well, thanks for the sherry.
I'll see you out.
Be seeing you.
Goodbye. Thank you for coming.
Well, goodbye again. Shocking business.
If I don't get my money, I'm telling that old scumbag everything.
We haven't got any money, Mort.
You've squeezed us dry.
House is mortgaged up to the hilt.
Don't give me that. Sell some of this junk.
This junk, as you call it, is on the HP.
So what? Sell it.
We can't do that.
You got to give me some money.
We did.
You had all there was a long time ago.
Wait till I get to that lawyer. I'm clean. You're dead.
Now, will you believe me about Mort? God knows you tried not too long enough. Stealing, drugs, girls, blackmail. Now this. He's a vicious and vindictive little bastard.
I'm sorry. If only I'd been able to have a child.
You remember what those specialists said? It's just as likely to be my fault as yours. Besides, we took the decision to adopt together.
You never wanted children as much as I did.
I'm present showing how right I was.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, come on. We picked a proper sod, but we did it together. Look on the bright side. At least we don't have to blame ourselves for bringing him into the world.
I'll win.
Read your Bible, Lee. Life for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth. Hand for hand, foot for foot, burning for burning.
Lee Mandeville.
Vicky Malloy's killed herself. Mort's dead. Crashed his car. Satisfied. Listen, Lee. I can't take any more of this. I don't care what you're gonna do. Just tell me, that's all. Hello? Hello? He won't even talk to me.
For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, and visit the sins of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me.
expect one of your other women will be glad of this.
Win? Win?
We were so afraid.
I had no idea.
It need never have happened. Lee did make up his mind in the end. It was too late, that's all. This arrived in the post, just after I found Win's body.
Dear Win, I'm sorry to have been so long getting back to you. Sorrier still to have made you suffer because of it. But in the end, my decision has more to do with me than it does with you. The matter is, I never liked my mother. Certainly not after she lost me the best chance of happiness I ever had. Then again, I never had that much time for the Bible. It never made her any better, kinder to her fellow men, nor her fellow women either. But there it is. The Bible, at least a lot of it, in the hands of someone like my mother, can be made to sound anti-everything, and not for much. In any case, going back to it now, it strikes me as mostly bloodthirsty, barbaric, and vengeful. Which is to say that someone like Edna, was she really my mother? Who used it to make her own life and those of other people, like some awful, truly terrifying classical tragedy, deserved to end it in a fringe farce devised by people who, she thought, were taking care of her. So let's let it go, Win. Let's leave it there. Okay?
So much for the power of forgiveness, especially if it's too little, too late. Nothing, it appears, is stronger than guilt, and guilt, as we've seen, kills. Well, I don't know about you, but it seems the way to lead a long and happy life is not to feel guilty about anything. Amoral, perhaps, but in the long run, better for your health. Do what you have to do, then relax and enjoy it, no matter what. For some people, it's the only way to live.